We had Craig Porter Jr. on yesterday. He couldn't do live. He had to do it at 3 o'clock, so we taped an interview with Craig Porter Jr., the Cavs rookie guard. He was awesome. You guys are going to love this. The first 18 minutes, audio is perfect. He hit a button on his phone for the last minute. It's a little off, but his answer was so good we had to keep it in here. So without further ado, let's welcome on the first active Cav to our show of all time, Craig Porter Jr. Well, on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, we have had NBA Hall of Famers. We've had Cavs legends. We've had former Cavs who were solid players, not great, but they play for the Cavs. We have yet to have an active member of the Cleveland Cavaliers on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show live until right now, this moment. The drought is over, folks. We have the rookie sensation, Craig Porter Jr., the Summer League champ, making his UCSS debut. Craig, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time.
I appreciate y'all having me, man. You know, it's just a blessing, man.
Well, Craig, we'll get into some basketball stuff in a sec, but to give you a little background on this show, I don't think anyone hyped up Summer League more than the three of us did. It was life and death in some of these games. And yeah, I know it's Summer League, but a chip is still a chip, my man, and you have a ring on your finger to prove it. Can you walk us through the experience of Summer League and eventually winning a championship? Because the Cavs weren't necessarily one of the favorites to win it all before it started, but y'all wiped the floor with everyone in your way.
Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of just like you said. I mean, nobody really thought we was gonna do anything we did. But I mean, I just feel like our team, we just had a team that was, we just all kind of understood just how to play basketball the right way. I mean, we didn't have anybody who was taking just unnecessary shots or doing anything outside of what they needed to do. We were just playing like a team, so it worked out. We were just destroying everybody.
Craig, I kind of championed it, and Earl and us up here. You know, it's a lot of people that talk about practice in Summer League as if it don't count. And you know, as a person, you know, who played in high school and McNuggets played in Division Two, or we played Division
D3,
Two.
it still counts. D3 still counts.
Anytime you get an opportunity to go out there and like make your way in the league and to put buckets up and to compete, that's important. Could you explain to the people out there why Summer League is important for guys, young guys like yourself, that's trying to cut their teeth in the league, and how is it important in springboarding you off into getting into NBA camps?
So I will say there's definitely a lot of people who think Summer League and things like that aren't necessarily as important or as, I guess, competitive as the NBA, but at the end of the day, it's still, you're playing against the guys who you're going to see on these NBA rosters. These are draft picks. These are people who are going to impact the league in the next 10 years or so. So really, I look at it, I mean, like, it's something you just got to give your all in. You never know who's watching. All the eyes are on you. You might match up with somebody that just got drafted top 10 and you're destroying them, even though they might not be doing what they're supposed to. I mean, but it still can shine a good light on you. And I feel like me doing what I did in the Summer League and just playing effectively and just doing all the little things I do, I feel like it gave everybody a strong case of what I can do, even with the actual Cavs. So,
Craig, first and foremost, man, welcome to Cleveland, man. It's a pleasure to meet you. Huge fan of yours, not just saying it because you hear these two guys sitting next to me and tell you I've been hyping you up since you got here. Talk about the journey, man, as an undrafted rookie from Wichita State, you know, Summer League champion. In my opinion, you're a young man that can be an instant contributor on the Cleveland Cavaliers actual roster this year. So just talk about the journey, man, you know, balling out at Wichita State, going undrafted, ended up in Cleveland.
I mean, it was a journey for sure. You know, my senior year at Wichita, I planned to hit the portal. I was going to come back home anywhere in Indiana, but, you know, I decided to stay there for my senior year, had my mom out there and stuff. So, I mean, that was kind of like a second home, got to do everything I wanted to do on and off the court. So it kind of worked out hand in hand, even though our record might not have showed how good we could have been. But, I mean, it just opened a lot of opportunities for me. A lot of people got to see what I was fully capable of doing with the ball in my hands and controlling the team. So, really, just once I finished my senior year and the pre-draft process started, I mean, I was kind of really just like, I'm just going to go overseas, make some money, and that's just the end of it. I'm not, if ain't nobody calling me, then my NBA dreams, they not over, but it'll take a while. But then my agent, he got me into the Portsmouth Invitational for seniors and kind of just showed out there. All the NBA teams and scouts were there, and really just a lot of them were just like, yeah, we like the way you play and everything like that. And then the workouts started coming in. Every time I finished a workout, I had 2 or 3 new teams calling, trying to schedule them. So really just impressing people over, just passing the eye test. And just once I got in front of people, it was just one of those things where, okay, yeah, he might be undersized and stuff, but he can play, and he just knows how to play basketball the right way. So really just getting in front of all those different people, it just made a big difference. And really just staying ready. I mean, because like I tell a lot of people, I didn't think I was going to be here. So, I mean, you never know what can happen in those few months.
Craig, stop selling your journey short, man. You started in Juco, and I can't even pronounce. Is it Vincent's? How do you pronounce the Juco?
Vincennes.
Yeah, so you won a national championship as a starting freshman point guard in Juco. Y'all had a chance to go back, ranked top 10 in the country. Then COVID happened. Does that still bug you? You didn't get a chance at redemption? I mean, I know you've obviously come much further in your basketball journey now, but you could have been a 2-time Juco national champion had COVID not obviously stopped the world. I know that's got to still bug you. It would have bugged me if I was in your shoes still playing.
It definitely it hurts a little bit, but I mean it is what it is. Everybody had missed something at that point, so I didn't hold too much of a grudge on it.
And when you were at Wichita State, I know you came back. I was doing some research. You were the first Shocker to sign an NIL deal, and your senior year was kind of the beginning of the NIL era. How much do you think that changed where you ended up playing your last year? Was that the only reason you came back, or were there other reasons you stayed in Wichita?
Honestly, it didn't really play too much of a big role because once I hit the portal, I had just about every school I could imagine. I had the Purdue's, I had all the big schools anybody would want to go to. So I could have really went just about anywhere without even being offered the NIL stuff. But I mean, I know I could have made 10 times more money at another school, but I mean, it was more than that. I kind of just took a challenge on myself, bringing in 10 to 12 new guys. I mean, just having to do everything, start everything from scratch, and just having the amount of time I did to do it. And I just knew that things like that would kind of translate and help me improve on the things I need to improve on to be a pro. And it definitely was a challenge, but even having my mom there, it was just another thing that kind of kept me there. So, yeah, it was a challenge though, but NIL is so crazy now. It ain't no telling what.
These deals are absurd now, man. Absurd.
You know, Craig, man, I gotta tell you, you got a strange game. Like, have anybody told you your game? Because here's the thing, like you ain't big, but you play kind of bigger than you really is. Especially like when you watch the film, it's like you like a 6-foot rim protector or something. I'm like crazy. I'm like, what?
Craig, before you answer that, here's a stat for you. You were the first Wichita State player ever and the only player in American Athletic Conference history to finish top 10 in the same season in assists and blocks.
That's crazy.
That's like
crazy.
Jokic stuff, except
That's wild.
You're not Jokic.
When did you find out that you was like a lockdown defender on 2K with the handbags? When did that happen, bro?
See, I always tell everybody who I've done interviews with, I kind of tell them because they ask me who my favorite players were growing up, and I just tell them like it was a mix between Rondo and Dwight Howard. I don't know why.
That's strange.
That's the weirdest mix
ever.
Craig, you're an awesome guy. I like you, man. That's the weirdest mix of two players I've ever heard someone model their game after.
But it was really just the Dwight Howard part came in because when he was in Orlando in 2010 through 2013, it was just dude was so dominant, and I used to play on the little hoops outside my house all the time. So
right.
I'm dunking on everybody. I'm trying. So I don't know, it just kind of translated, and then even just going through high school and college, I kind of had to be more of a defensive player and a role player more. So really just understanding that, and then over the years it got a lot better as I got more athletic. And I'd say when I was in Juco is when I kind of realized it was the craziest it was, because there was 2 or 3 games where I had 7 blocks. So it's
Damn.
I
had 7 blocks in 4 years.
This is crazy, man. I mean, but that just goes to show you got to do certain things to get in the league. Like you hear guys like the vet say, look, you're not gonna come on here and get 10 shots. You got Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. But what you can do is you can play defense that will keep you on the floor. So, I was. That's the first thing that jumped out to me was your ability to play defense, man.
Hey, Craig, man, I'm one of those, chip on your shoulder type of dudes, right? You get to talking, telling me what I can't do, and it's going to piss me off to the point to where I'm going to tell you what I can do. Now, you and your teammate, Emoni Bates, both on two-way contracts. And if you listen to a lot of media members, they'll tell you, well, you guys can't be contributors to the Cavaliers. They don't go that deep on the bench. You guys are rookies. They're not expecting that much from you. To that, you say what?
I mean, it's just one of those things where basketball's, you never know who can do what on any given night. I mean, and I kind of point this back to Summer League a little bit because the first few games I wasn't too happy with the amount of time I was playing, but at the same time I realized I'm playing behind some players that know how to play ball and they can put the ball in the hoop. So it's just one of those situations. Like, it was unfortunate that Sharif got hurt, but that's one thing that opened the door for me. And it kind of led to a lot better play out of me. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where, yeah, we might be those 13, 14, 15 spots on the bench or whatever, but you never know when your number can get called. You got to stay ready at any moment. And the amount of work I've seen me and Emoni and everybody just around here put in, I mean, it's honestly scary with how deep the team is. And it's honestly just any night it can be anybody going for 20, 30 or doing anything to just impact the game. I mean, it's just, honestly, I look at the roster every day and I'm just like, I don't know how they let everybody on this team get here.
I'm glad they did, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad they did, man.
So, Craig, you get drafted by a team here that was a top 4 seed in the East last year. Obviously, the playoffs didn't go as expected. You're on a two-way contract, and you're going to be up and down with the Cleveland Charge and the Cavs this year. I'm serious, and this is a genuine question here. As a rookie in the league for the first time, what do you think would be more beneficial to your growth as a player? Whether it's spending more time with the Charge and playing 30, 32 minutes a game, or being on the NBA roster and getting those sporadic minutes whenever Coach JB would put you in. But from your perspective, what do you think helps you grow more as a basketball player, at least in your first year here in the NBA?
Honestly, I feel like playing on both teams about the same would honestly be the most helpful, because I understand that I'm going to come in here, like earlier, and I'm going to play a role to where I might get in 2 minutes, I might get in 12 minutes, but I know I'm not going to be the person coming in just taking all the shots and stuff. I'm going to have to play defense and all the little stuff, but at the same time, to keep my everything in tune with my game and my confidence and everything up, I would like to still be able to go back to the G League and just, work on my game a little bit and just do a lot of that little stuff. So, I mean, I feel like playing on both could actually be pretty beneficial. And, I think that's pretty much the reason why the two ways and things like that are put in place, because it kind of helps develop in both ways.
Have you had the, damn, I'm in the NBA, dog. Like, have you had that moment yet? Like, where it's just like, boom, it just hit you, or is it more like the regular season when you see some of the dudes like, Steph, or you might have to play against guys that you look up to, De'Aaron Fox? I mean, this league is crazy when it comes to point guards. I mean, every single night you're going to see a different guy that you grew up watching.
Yeah. But it's weird. I don't think it's hit me. Like, even when after the draft, like I knew how the whole draft night was going to go. And like I was already prepared for that phone call after and everything. So like even when that happened, I was just like, I casually told my family and they was all turned. I'm just like, I see why y'all happy and everything.
Right.
Well, I think it's gonna take me getting out there and like being in the games for real, and like just being just in them games for real. Because I don't know, it just ain't hit me yet, honestly.
Wow, man.
Yo, Craig, back to your teammate, Emoni Bates. Do you believe the Cleveland Cavaliers got a steal? I know me and this man right here to my left, G. Bush, we are some big Emoni Bates fans. I said my man can come in there, play about 10 minutes a game. Talk about what you see firsthand from being around him every day, his work ethic, and I'm pretty sure he hear the noise just like you.
Mm-hmm. Me and him. I mean, we talk and hang out every day. So like, I get the ins and the outs of it, and his work ethic alone just puts him that far ahead. Because a lot of times I forget that he's only 19. So like,
Crazy.
23. And I'm just like, I feel good and everything, but I'm like, dude, 19, all these people passed up on him, and I'm like, I'm glad you're on my team.
Facts.
Like, he's one of those players, like, you don't have to tell him more than once. You don't have to coach him too much. I mean, he just knows how to play. And really, every team he's been on, he's had to be that main scorer. So people think he forces a lot of shots. But if you even look at the summer league, he understands how to play with other players. Like the numbers is just, it's gonna fall for him. And he's got great size. He's a true 6'9". But I mean, if he can get a little more built and everything like that, like I don't see anything that could keep him off the floor, honestly.
I love that. Craig, I told you we talk a little hoops. We have a little fun, too. It's time for the fun portion of this. I got 2 questions for you, but I need to ask the first one. You guys won a Summer League title in Vegas. I know if you put me and 10 of my best friends in Vegas when we were all 21, 22, some of us maybe not 21, and we just won a championship, I don't know, I would have made it out the next day. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, you know where I'm going with this, Craig. How was that night in Las Vegas? Good time?
See, I'm a little different. I can't speak for everybody else because I was in a rush to get home.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt like we was out there way too long. But nah, really, a lot of us, honestly, we didn't get to celebrate too much because everybody was kind of drained, just playing that many games and stuff over 10 days. But I mean, we definitely celebrated a little bit. We had our fun, but a lot of us, our flights left out at midnight, and we had just played a game that got over at like 8-9 p.m. So it wasn't too much, but we definitely had a little bit of fun before that. Yeah. So.
I like that. It's not the answer I was hoping for, but I like the answer. You got to keep the guys
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
Hey,
flights left at
no
12.
dry snitching. No dry snitching.
My second question, Craig. So I played D3 basketball at Emerson. My coach called me a 6x6 player. You stay 6 feet out the paint because you can only jump 6 inches off the ground. So all I did was stand in the corner and shoot threes, and that was it. So, Craig, obviously that is not your game. What's it like to dunk? That's got to be, putting someone on a poster has to be the coolest feeling in the world that I know the 3 people in this panel right now combined. G, you ever catch a dunk?
Come on, man. I'm 6'5".
You have no knees, though. You got no knees.
Young G. Bush was catching back lobs. You know what I'm saying? Give me that baseline screen off the flex option. Stop playing with your boy.
Hey, Craig, he doing more than me, man. I done told my guys already. I'm the only black man in the world who can't dribble between his legs, and I shoot like Bill Cartwright. So
what's it like to Craig, let me know, man. What's it like to put someone on a poster? It's my lifelong goal that as I get older and older, I know it's just never going to happen.
Yeah, it's fun and all, but I mean it's harder to do than people think. Like you gotta jump that much more higher. But I mean it's something when it happens. You get to talk your shit.
Look at that! I just want one picture like that.
And when you get to throw up on the gram, you like, ooh, that bitch finna do numbers. Like that to go. But nah, it's definitely. It's fun doing it, especially if you catch somebody that's bigger than you. That's the most fun because then you get to talk hella shit. So.
You speak of the gram, you know what I'm saying. One of the best things about hooping is the kick game, is the shoot game. I feel like I'm sincere about it. But hoopers got a different, whole different wave. Like PJ Brown just do it big. What is the first pair of shoes that you wanted so bad and you got them? And you wore them to school and you thought it was over. You got them kicks and it was just you had to have them. You had to.
When I really remember this because it's the first and last time I ever do some shit like this. I was a sophomore in high school. I think this was 26. I think the flu game 12s they was about to. And I went to the mall. I skipped school and everything. I went to the mall earlier. I'm outside the store waiting. I got them. Came to school at 10:30. Walked in with them business. I was like, yeah, I'm that.
Yeah, I'm here. I am him.
I am him. Yeah, but then that's probably the last pair of shoes I really would ever do something like that for. And then I'd say the next pair, I had bought some off-white dunks. Second year of college, or third, or I think it was when I first got to Wichita, and then I had walked into the all student athletes meeting.
The off-whites.
Whites.
Hey, Craig, I got to know this, man. I asked every Cleveland athlete this question when I first met him. You've been in Cleveland for a couple months now, man. I am straight out the inner city, straight out the trenches, 148th and Lakeshore. Have you had a staple yet? Meaning the corned beef sandwich or the Polish boy? And if you have had one of the two, what's your favorite?
I haven't had them.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to set it up, man. Maybe you'll talk to your agent, however, man. But Slimans. You need to go to Slimans to get you a corned beef sandwich. Go to Open Pit off of St. Clair to get you a Polish boy, bro. Like, you got to have one of the Cleveland staples, man. I'm surprised ain't none of your teammates took you to get a Cleveland staple yet, man. You got to have one. And I love you at Slimans.
Definitely pull up. See what they're talking about. But nah, really, a lot of the team ain't really been here too much. They all been a lot of vacation and stuff, but I've been around the city a little bit, but not too much. Just really chilling right now.
One more before Mike wrap you up, man. You a football fan? If so, who your favorite team?
Steelers, man.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh. Damn, man.
Damn.
He was on a trajectory to start him in Cleveland, and how the mighty fall with one word, my man.
I can't fold on them.
Hey, I respect it, though. You staying true to it. We'll see y'all week 2. We'll see y'all week 2.
Yeah, you know it.
Well, Craig, we'll take you to Slimans at one point. We'll get you out of here on this. We're in Cleveland. LeBron is obviously an Akron kid, played for Cleveland. I got to ask as we wrap this up. MJ or LeBron, who's the GOAT?
Oh, LeBron.
There it is.
Redemption.
There it is. He's back.
There you go.
You back. You right back.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even see how they have those debates for. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not no clear blowout, but like, you can't disregard that he. Like, come on, bro. Ain't nobody ever gonna do what he did ever again. I don't care who it is.
Awesome. Well, that is Craig Porter Jr., the rookie guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We hope to see him in the NBA sooner rather than later. Craig, if you ever want to come back, open invite. You are more than welcome. We'll love to have you. And you come in, we take you to Slimans. It's right down the street. Easy money.
We got